All right, everybody. So what would we like to do this evening? What are we in the mood for? How is our energy?
Low.
Low, very low.
Low energy. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay, so a gentle class. So Steve.
I agree with low energy tonight.
Okay. Well, last time we did the Tin Man. Let me think of what we can do. So why don't you just lie down and breathe while I'm thinking? Maybe we can have a self-soothing class, something
yeah.
to calm our nervous system. So take some breaths and transition from the workaday world into the world of yoga. Get in touch with your breath. Feel your weight on the floor. And without disturbing it, notice what your breath is doing, what it's telling you about your current state. We're always changing. So how are you this evening, this very moment? And what is it you need? So often we go through things by rote without even asking what the need is for the moment. But yoga can really serve us if we do ask that question. What is needed? So let's bend our knees and stand our feet for a moment. And raise your right foot, lengthen your leg up into the sky, and then bring it back down. And other leg up and down. Again, raising the leg up, lengthening the back of the leg. You're also strengthening the front of the leg. Paying attention to the breath. Good. And then let that go. Draw your right knee to your chest and hug it there and lengthen your left leg. Single knee to chest pose. And then just breathe. Feel the breath. As you inhale, your belly presses toward your thigh. As you exhale, it recedes a little bit. And then let's slide our left leg up. Change your hands over and then lengthen your right leg. Other side. Maybe it's different. And then both knees to chest. This is like doing child's pose, except you're on your back. So if you can't be on your front, this is a good alternative. And then let's drape your fingers in the same direction as your toes, and let's oil our hip joints by drawing our knees to our chest, letting them go out to the side, away from us, and then toward us again. It's like rowing your boat. So you're just gently guiding your hips in a circle, but you're also warming up your shoulders. Can you feel that? There's all these connections going on, even in your wrists, elbows. And then let's reverse the circle. So now go away, knees apart from each other, come back to the chest, knees together, and then away. Softly, smoothly, gently. And now let's go in a figure eight. So draw the knees to the left and up, and then diagonally down to the right. So you're just making a figure eight with your knees. The knees are together. And here you're doing something wonderful to your low back. If you get backaches, this is a nice thing to do for yourself. Good. And then put your feet down, stand your feet, bend your knees a little bit wider than hip width, and let your knees drift a little bit to the left, and then come back up to center, and then go right. So as you exhale, draw your navel to your spine. As you inhale, let it go out a little bit. Now here, again, we're doing something wonderful for your low back and hips. And let's add in the neck. So first we'll go in the same direction. So as your knees go left, your nose goes left, and then everything comes to the ceiling and then to the right. We'll do that a few times. The undifferentiated movement. And now pause. When your knees go left, your nose go right. So we'll get a little bit of a spinal twist. Everything comes back to center and then go out the other way. So you're just going back and forth. Good. And then lengthen your legs for a minute. Bring your arms towards your body and then lift your right shoulder up. Let it come down. Lift your left shoulder up. And now, as you're doing this, your head will naturally roll a little bit from side to side. So let that happen. If it's hard for you to lift your shoulder, you can just roll your head a little bit right and left. And then once again, bend your knees and stand your feet. And now we're going to raise our legs and our arm at the same time. So just go where you can comfortably. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Lifting a leg and the arms at the same rate. there's no need to touch the floor behind your head. If you can reach it without straining, that's fine. Otherwise, just go wherever you can in comfort, in absolute ease. So maybe it's this far. Maybe it's this far. Whatever it is right for you tonight. We're working for this body tonight. Good. And then let that go down. If you can lengthen your arms, do that. Otherwise, you can keep your arms to the side and just slide your heels down along the mat without lifting them up. You can reach the same arm as foot, and that gives you a nice lengthening through the side of your torso. So do whichever variation feels good to you. And let that go. Once again, bend your knees, stand your feet. And now we warmed up our low back. So let's just sink the low back, lift the tail a little bit, and keep going a little bit higher each time, lifting up and down. Up, 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 down, down, down. A little bit higher every time doing the bridge. Pushing through the front of the hips, keeping the knees pointing toward the second toe. Good. And then once again, lengthen your legs. Take a breath. And then let's roll to our stomach. And let's rest in crocodile for a second. So one forearm goes over the other. Rest your forehead on your forearm. Separate your legs, let the heels drop in, and just stay there and breathe, relax. You can feel the belly breathing against the mat. Okay, then come out of that pose, bring your arms down and inhale up, exhale down, cobra pose. Keep the back of your neck long. Keep looking right in front of you at the mat to keep the head in appropriate position. Inhale up, exhale down. Gather your spinal muscles and squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back. You can do 8 to 10 of these. Keep breathing. And then come back to crocodile again, or whatever restful pose you want. And let the effects of Cobra sink in. There's always a receptive part of a pose. So here we are receiving. All right, lengthen your arms and legs and lift the opposite arm and leg up, keeping the hips and the forehead on the floor. This isn't a big movement, just an inch or two. Otherwise, you're doing too much. Do about 20 of these. And rest. Breathe. Okay, come to Superman, Superwoman. So you're going to lift your head, your torso, and your legs and your arms up off the mat. Just stay there and float. You choose the amount of time you do this. You can do it for a long time or a little time. It doesn't matter. Just do the pose. It strengthens your back and helps your posture. And then come out of that, back to crocodile and rest. All right, everybody, and then come to elbows and knees. And we'll do either cat curl or pelvic tilt. So tilt your pelvis. If you don't have osteoporosis around your back, keep the forearms on the floor with the thumbs up to protect your wrists. Okay, then separate your knees, toes together, and slide into child's pose, resting comfortably, and we'll breathe here for a while. All right then. So let's come to sitting and do a little bit of warming up of the groin. So can sit with your feet wide, and you can be on your knuckles if it bothers your wrists. And then just let your right knee drop inward. It doesn't have to touch the floor. And then the left knee. So you're just sort of rolling back and forth. That's good. Yeah, good, everybody. Good. And then let's do butterfly pose. So put the soles of your feet together. I don't know if you can see the soles of my feet. Here you go. Here's the soles of my feet. And hold the shin or whatever you can reach comfortably. Sit tall and inhale, the knees go up. Exhale, you press them down a little bit. The spine is nice and long. Good, everybody. Good. And then lengthen your left leg, stand your right foot. And here you can hug with your hand or your elbow, whatever you can manage, and sit very tall. Your back hand will be like a second spine. So bring your hand right close to your wrist. You can be on your knuckles if it hurts your wrist. And hug the right knee close to you. Push through the heel of the left foot to firm the thigh here. And then look over your right shoulder and breathe. Good. And then let go of that. Lengthen your right leg. Bend your left one. Hug the knee. Stabilize the back. Look over your left shoulder and breathe. Okay, then. Now, bend your knees and let them drop to the right. The left ankle will be over the arch of your right foot. And you can put your fingertips to your right. We'll be doing mermaid pose. So what I would like you to think about is arching. This is a nice backward arch. It's a beautiful pose. So first sit tall and then look over your shoulder towards your feet and take a snapshot of that, what it feels like, where you don't feel like you can move. And then let's start deconstructing the pose a little bit. So just begin to nod your head up and down. And as you nod your head, can you feel that you could lift your sternum and then lower it? So it's not just the neck moving, but also the spine. You feel that subtle arch going on in your back. Good. Let that go and look without trying. Look a little bit left and a little bit right. Can lead with your eyes. Gazing, tracking the horizon. Easy, not stressful. Then let that go and bring the opposite shoulder forward and back. So you're just shifting your shoulders forward and back. And then let's think of lifting the heart chakra and then looking over our left shoulder to our feet. And as you do that, think of a string or something pulling you on the diagonal up to help you. Now feel the length of the neck. Even your internal organs are being gently massaged here. Feel how the lungs expand at a different rate. And think of this beautiful diagonal arch of the upper back that you're doing. And then remember what it was like when you first tried. Maybe it's easier now that we broke everything down. Okay, so come out of that. And let's do the other side. Set yourself up so the right shin is atop the left foot. Both hands are on your left side. And just take a look over your right shoulder and see what you see without trying too hard. Don't want to strain here. And then let's start from the other end. So let's lift, do sort of a spinal curve. So you're waving through your spine. You're starting at your tailbone and then the whole spine. And then eventually there's a lengthening of the neck. Expanding the spine. Inhaling as you go up, exhaling as you come down. And then find some place to stay and begin to move your nose a little bit to the left and to the right. And then move the nose diagonally so you'll look down at your right shoulder and up toward the sky. Moving the nose as though you're looking down and then up at an airplane or a balloon, blimp. And let's go the other way. Other shoulder. Use your eyes. Maybe you feel some crackling in your neck. That's crepitation. And if you do these kinds of things, it will go away because everything will be cleaned out. You're like cleaning out your joints here. Okay, pause. And then let's lift our heart and look over and see your feet on the other side and just stay there and breathe, giving the other lungs a chance to open up, the other ribs. Good. And then come out of that and just sit in Konasana for a second with the soles of the feet together. See how we're doing. Goodness, time flies. All right, then let's roll to the belly and we'll do our half bow. We'll do a little warm up for that as well. So put your forehead on your left forearm and then just bring the heel to the buttocks opposite a couple of times. And then catch your right ankle or whatever you can manage. It can be your pant leg or just press into the floor with your hip. You don't even have to hold on. So just hold it there for a second. Breathe. Relax. Lengthen. Let's change. Forehead on the right forearm. Hold the left ankle or whatever you can manage, or nothing. Can just bend the knee and press the hip into the floor. That's fine. All right, then roll onto your back and have your strap ready. And let's do lengthening of the right hamstring. So hold your strap and let your arms relax into the loops. If you've got one of these stretch out straps, you don't need to grab it or pull it or anything. Just relax into the strap and let your breath release the hamstring. Change your legs. This leg could be different. You might have to adjust your strap. That's fine. Okay, then let's do pretzels. So cross your left ankle over your right ankle over your left knee, draw the left thigh to your chest, hold it there. If you can't hold it, you can put a block under there and that will do the trick. Or you can just press with your knee. Don't have to strain your hands or your shoulders or whatever. And other side. All right, now soles of the feet together. We'll do Buddha. Take your strap, put it around your knees, cross the loops, and hold them with the opposite hand. And then relax with your soles of the feet together, knees open. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Relax your belly, relax your mouth, relax your jaw, relax your forehead, relax your eyes. All right, then. Now roll to your right side if you can. And then if your shoulder's okay, make a big arm circle. If your shoulder bothers you, put your fingertips on your shoulder and circle your elbow. So choose the way that feels the best to you, that honors non-harming, ahimsa. We don't want to hurt ourselves in yoga. And just continue making these circles up and back and down and around, going backwards like a backstroke. Good. And then we will do a twist. So just put your palms together, slide open into whatever twist is available and comfortable for you this evening. And breathe and rest. Let go. All right, then let's do the other side. Knees together, feet together. And circling up and back and down and around. Nice and easy. Circling on the elbow if it's painful for you to circle with your arm. Can inhale up, exhale down. You'll feel as you inhale, there's more room in your lungs because of the position of the arm. Good. And then put your hands together, slide open into a beautiful twist. Stay wherever you're comfortable. Feel the prana. All right, then now settle into Shavasana. So use whatever props you need. You can put your legs on a bolster. You can use your eye pillow. I recommend you cover yourself with a blanket to stay warm enough. Make yourself nice and cozy and comfortable for the deep rest. Feel your weight on the floor. Feel the weight of your bones. Feel the weight of your heels and how they're carrying your feet. Let your toes relax and all the bones of your feet relax. Feel the breath in the bones of your feet. Feel the ankles. Feel the shins, the breath in the shins. Going up to your knees. Feeling the complex joint of your knee. Letting everything relax. Inside the knee, outside the knee. Feel your thighs, heavy thigh bone inside all the strong muscles of your upper leg. Let that bone rest and relax. continuing up to the hip joints, the weight-bearing joints. And let all the strong muscles around your hips relax and release. They don't have to work right now. Following up to the sacrum, the sacred triangle, the lowest bone in your spine. Relax all the area around that. Let it breathe. Let your pelvic halves release and relax. Following the bones of the lower spine. Let them breathe. Going upward in their glorious curves to the area between the shoulder blades and the neck. Whole spine relaxing and breathing, separating and joining with each breath. Feeling the shoulder blades. Can you feel how they move as you're breathing? It's small, but it's there. Everything moves with breath. Traveling up to your clavicle, collarbone. Can you feel how the collarbone is floating on the breath, waving? And then continuing to the shoulder joint. Relaxing the shoulder joint. Traveling down through the upper arm. Relaxing the top bone and then the elbow. And then the two bones of your forearm, radius and ulna. Relaxing all of the muscles around your forearm, around your wrists, and all the beautiful bones in your hand. Let everything breathe, everything relax. Traveling back up to the neck and the jaw, releasing any tension in the jaw, allowing the lower row of teeth to relax away from the upper row, relaxing the tongue, the throat, cheekbones. The canals of the ears, the cranium, the eye sockets, all the bones of the head, breathing. Relax your brain. When you're really quiet, you can feel it floating on the cranial fluids. And then finally, relax your mind. Om. 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 So gently wiggle the fingers and toes. Draw your knees to your chest and transition to a resting on your right side. Take a moment to absorb the benefits of Savasana. And then in your own timing, please come to sit. Take a few breaths. Let your mind be clear. Think of some quality you'd like to engender or something you need. Envision that. And then on an inhalation, let it lift your arms up. Gather peace and prana, bring it into your heart and whatever else you need. And let's all take a deep breath of gratitude for yoga and for each other to practice with. And thank you all so much for coming this evening.